Hi and welcome to my video today. I'd like to share something about my own progress and my training I'm doing every day with method that's called gyrokinesis and gyrokinesis awakening especially. I need to provide a little bit before, because it's been almost 2 years since I decided to start my training with Chet Allen and the Chet Allen method. And initially, due to congenital hip deformity, its resulting consequences to my muscular structure is I was very weak and my movements was severely restricted in meaningful ways, and a lot of movements or everyday things I struggled with to do. Conventional physiotherapy reached its limits, and the pain and agony of training damped my motivation because I always had to do things I was not really able to, and to push myself into exercises I not was in love and aligned with, and it forced me all the time, and I was happy when I could stop these trainings. So I began to work with the Chet Allen method, and Chet Allen introduced me I met him in Joyful of Heart Worldwide. And also this time, every Saturday, we meet each other in a worldwide community together. Quickly became to a constant part of my life. We're sharing healings there. We are learning about all the aspects, points of view, this really rational, material side, as well as in the spiritual ways, and opening our views of perspective and in meaningful way. And it became a part of my experience, and also as a hypnotherapist and an energy healing practitioner. I live in a huge space between clear, rational understanding, thinking, and a wide open spirituality. So the ability to connect these areas enables changes in hypnotherapy that cannot usually be achieved through conventional therapeutic methods. And conversely, frequency energy can be brought into perception in such a way that the mind can fully accept the energy for healing in its entirety. And the Chet Allen Method Studio, Chet Allen shares with his really holistic approaches from so various training methods he's trained in, and is sharing from, and has such a profound, huge capacity in all areas, physically, spiritually, energetically. So beautiful to have all that in one space, and in such a diverse spectrum that it unites the movement and the energy in a harmony. And when I saw one of the first videos of chats sharing this harmonious flow in this movement has fascinated me so deeply from the beginning, that I asked him to learn this, if he can share this with me, and if we have some option that my body will also find a more harmonious, loving way to kind of come in a flow with these energies. Capturing this holistic harmony is a wonderful journey that integrates rational thinking, spirituality, movements, and it's allowing for a conditional discovery of new aspects. Well, Joyful of Heart has become a vital support for me, offering a treasure of trove of experience and diverse array of enrichments and perspective through our global community. And I can only recommend you to join us. It's always on Saturday. Wherever you are in the world, it's always at 8 o'clock CET and at 9 in the morning Los Angeles time. So feel free to join us, to subscribe into this beautiful space of discussion, of learning, of meditating, and healing as well. So 2 years ago, physically, I was always in deficiency. I constantly struggled to not lose my remaining mobility, pushing myself through routines to improve them, thereby causing my body to constantly exceed its limits. And when I began to work with Chad, he guided me very, very slowly and gently with exercises from the Gyrokinesis system, helping my body to relearn these basics that now give me a freedom of movements like I never had before. There's so many things are working so much better, from standing up, not always pushing everything through the hands, giving too much space and too much energy and extension as well in my hands. And well, yeah, in these 2 years for sure, there were times when I doubted whether Chad even believed me that I do these high times of training every day for almost 1.5 hours. I always shared to him, because the steps I made were sometimes so small that sometimes when we all integrated something new and we try to something to come further, there was even a setback. And yet what kept me in this motivation in this time was the feeling I had when I spent this time in these exercises. For me, this was the moment my body is really in perceiving, in its energy, in its flow, and it could express things. And it's listened to movements, to what position it wanted or did like or didn't like, or why and what places it's building up resistances. And Chad Allen could so beautifully translate these sort of communication that my body gave. He has such an incredible talent for reading the body and communicating in a way that was completely foreign for me before. And it leads to a training resulting in freedom of resistances that manifests in strength in its own unique way. Then I was so honored and glad to become in touch with the awakening of the senses. I also succeeded releasing stiffness in the morning after the night, and especially when I started training, you know, I for almost 30 years was not sleeping longer than 4 hours, which over a period of 30 years presumed to limits. The body gets used to getting by little sleep, you know, but however, the brain is reacting with this decrease in performance and reduces perceptiveness and a kind of monotony that comes into life, and that's hard to break out of. I somehow kind of feel the life of full external stimuli and forced by me into action with my work with the kids who always were asking for something, or I was constantly looking at what I have to do for the outside world. And now I'm sleeping effortlessly between 6 and 8 hours. And even when I need, I can even sleep for 12 hours. When I had these very challenging times, and sometimes when I do very many energy healings, sleep for me is something like clearing my system, like cleaning windows. I always say, universe cleans my windows, and that needs sleep. That leads to sleep. However, my body still reacts to these long periods without movement with stiffness, and Chad familiarized me with these tools of awakening of the senses. And I truly love these sequences. Not only do they release the morning tension and stiffness from the body, they go so much further in my offerings as a hypnotherapist and in energy healing. I work very intensively with the feeling of the frequencies and vibrations in my hands and my body, the energy flow that I have, and their natural flows to misalignments and incorrect postures can now be perceived by me on a much finer level, rather myself and other ones. Especially with this awakening of the senses tools, this sensitivity to the energies and vibration is deepened in a truly unique way. Not only in the classical application when working with hands, or what could be interpreted as the energy transmission one to the other, which is in a professional sense not existing, but it can be a feeling of, or an interpretation of a transmission. For me, this awakening of the senses is not just preparing my body for the day. It's also use its individual parts during breaks or maintain my energy level throughout the day as well. It helps me regulate emotional balances through this sometimes long, consistent body postures, sitting long times or standing in the kitchen, doing some bakery or something that really needs a lot of time to stay on place. So when I additionally incorporate the sequences into my daily gyrokinesis training every day, which I usually do before bedtime, these sequences also have a cleansing effect on the energy. Especially when I've been in contact with many people, many different people during the day, I love this effect very much because it also enables quick falling asleep, because the body and mind can no longer kind of maintain these thought spirals in the flow of the energy. It's a sort of a natural release that leads to a very, very fast sleep. But in energy healing, this deepened perception of the energy flow brings a much deeper understanding. With this sensitivity that we create with the focused attention in feeling, it's kind of as if I would learn a new language. There's a translation between the language and the energy, and it's speaking kind of, it's kind of translating for me as a facilitator of healing. Awakening of the senses also allows for perception in depth that arises beyond the flow of energy and spirals, which I would never had to do of my thinking. Well, you know, I cannot yet explain the potential that is this perception that at this point in time. This will become evident through experience, and this experience is for everybody different. However, I wouldn't want to dismiss that from a healing perspective, because this connection could really mean something. Yeah. And especially for people working with this energy healing, because of maybe Reiki or psychobioenergetic tools, I can highly recommend learning awakening of the senses. The beauty of it is I don't even have to leave the house for it. Chattel teaches online classes in gyrokinesis, as well as the awakening of the senses classes. And you just need to check out his website, and he has several very interesting offers. You can also use online worldwide. So, well, if you're interested, Chat is also offering an opportunity to open his classroom 45 minutes before Joyful of Heart each Saturday, and practice awakening of the senses together in a very small group. And I train so much for myself that for me it's simply a huge enrichment and joy to be in a group once a week, and having friends around me and practicing this together. And I would really encourage you to come and to make your own experiences with it, and Well, I also choose to support our little group to maybe build up a constant flow and regular practice together. It would be a big fun, which I would really be happy for myself, but also for everyone who is learning about these beautiful technique and tools and energies. This is so big thing for me. So please feel invited to click on the link in the description and follow our Saturday practice. It's a big fun. So thank you for listening so far, and I hope I could also give you a little opening to what energy and movement and alignment, harmony of energy and movement can give in everyday life. We are so somehow fixed to go in these fitness studios just to push some weights or do some very straightforward, strong exercises in not really a healthy way. And I'm over and over again be asked from systems here around me, or even when I just ask my physiotherapist, he kind of brings up these tools where I need to say, no, I'm really not interested to push my body into something something that brings so much resistance up just in thinking on that I am really happy to follow this strategies and this wide open huge different knowledge that Chad Allen teaches, and I love it very much. And never done something so constantly as I've done in the last 2 years, and will do going on. I love this island, going in the exercises and doing this time for me, feeling the spirals. It's such enrichment of life. So looking forward to hear more. Let me know what you're doing. Write in your comments. Let me know about asks you have. So I'm happy to give a support, lead you forward somehow as well. See you. Have a great time. Have a good day. Thank you for listening here.